Okay guys, so today got some of these little Matchbox trucks that come in the boxes like all of them used to, and so they were on sale at Kroger. They're like 80 cents or something like that. So I got all of these, and then I got doubles of two of them. I'm sure you could probably figure out which two. So let's just get into it here. So, of course, everybody loves the Hardbody, apparently, because when I looked for this one on eBay, it was a lot more than what you would pay for it at the store. So, when I saw that one, all the displays, of these things were full. There was two little bright orange boxes, and they were full of these. And so I did what I felt like I should do, and I dug through the boxes, each of the boxes, and pulled out the Nissans and bought all three of them. And also I got two of the Honda CVCC, which I guess we'll start with that one. And we're on the squeaky chair. So the barcodes are in a different spot on these now. They used to be on the bottom here, or on the back. I think they're on the bottom, but now they're on the side. And they're not like the old Matchbox boxes. You can't close them back up. You'd probably cut them so that, they would close. But something I like about these cars that come in these boxes is they're detailed. Usually they have more details printed on them than the ones, just the mainline ones that come in the packages. And they usually don't get stuck in the plastic. Oh, that is stuck to the roof of the car. So this is cool, I think. I don't know if this is a super popular casting or not, but I think it's pretty cool. What year did I say this was? A 76? Yeah, 76 Honda CVCC, as it says right there. Pretty new casting, apparently. And if you look inside, it's very detailed. Maybe not color-wise, but the dashboard and the seats and everything are pretty detailed. They have a lot of lines and such in them. So I'm blocking all the light out of the car here. So we do have a post in the back seat, but if you look at this car, there's not a lot of places they could have put the back post, because if they put it much farther back, the way the back of this car angles down, it wouldn't really have much room for the post. And the front of it here has some details on it, just the grille and the lights, and then the Honda logo. Looks like it says CVCC in the grille. Turn around to the back. And I guess I'll tell you what it says while the camera decides whether or not it's going to focus. It's probably not going to. It says Honda. The license plate looks like California license plate. My 76 toy. Then it says CVCC Civic. Oh, there, it finally focused. You can actually see it. They even got the little lock under the license plate there, which is kind of surprising. And the chrome on the hatch and everything. Did a good job with this one. Just a little car. They're just mainline cars, so there's no like opening parts or anything different on them, but just they have more details on them. So there's that one. We're going to work our way up to the hard body because I know everybody's wanting to see that. This one, I'll be honest, I don't have any of these castings in any variation, except for maybe Cropmaster. I'll have to see it once it's out of that box. But other than Cropmaster, I don't have any of these trucks out of the box. So, kind of interested here to see what the 85 Porsche 911 rally car looks like. I like rally cars, so. Now, one thing about these, oh, they do say the series, do they say them on the outside? I guess they do. Jungle. This one was Highway. Kind of a neat looking little car. Whoa! And it hopped right out of there. So a nice little car here. It's got a lot of details on the sides of it here. Adler 58 Matchbox Rally 2020 Lugo lifts. LUGO lifts. Got an M for Matchbox. A58. It says Matchbox down there. I like these wheels. The centers of them are black, but the wheels themselves are white. It's pretty cool looking. This stuff's not painted in. And, oh, this is the first one of these box trucks that come in the boxes that I've ever had that don't have the lights painted on them. But I guess since it has all these graphics on the sides, they don't think they need that, I guess. 85 Porsche 911 Rally. My guess would be that the white trim around the car is the same piece of white plastic that's in the interior there. Got your little mesh guards over the headlights. And of course the bigger bumpers and stuff. Not too much on the back. So not as much detail on that one, but let's check out this one. This one's really cool. This is the 35 Ford pickup in the Highway series. Looks like probably a rat rod. It's shy. It doesn't want to come out. I like the choice of wheels they chose for this. This is cool. I was gonna say, I thought I had it open. So not a lot to this one. That color makes it look plastic on the, to me, but it's metal. It's die cast. A nice shiny chrome base, which of course is plastic. Just says 35 Ford. Yeah, so it's definitely some type of rat rod. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like the rat rod that Rutledge Wood drove on Top Gear, one of the Top Gear episodes. Not quite, but it's similar to it. I think his was black. The original Kingston Pop, home delivery, our specialty. It's got some, looks like primer or something around the doors here. Got your exhaust coming out the side there. What's it say on the hood? West. So I bet that says best. That side smudged. Yeah, best soda pop since 1935. Which would explain why they chose a 35 Ford. Oh, there it finally focused. So like I mentioned already, I really like the choice of wheels that they used. Looks really cool. It sits really low to the ground, of course, with it being a rat rod. So I don't know if this one's scale, but maybe this one's too big. But I feel like these two are scale to each other, because I imagine that an old Honda Civic is a somewhat small car. So I'm going to say these two are probably pretty scaled. The rat rod probably is a little smaller than scale, but for the most part it's scaled. Now if Cropmaster is the one I'm thinking of, it's hard to tell if it's scale or not. This one's Countryside series. It's going to be hard to tell if Cropmaster's scale or not for a couple reasons. A, Cropmaster's a fantasy vehicle. Yep, I do have. Okay, so all of them except for Cropmaster I do have. And you would think that this would be a first edition, but it's not. And the reason I say that, a lot of the first editions say the name of the model somewhere on them. Like this one, of course, Cropmaster. But this one does not. And this is going to sound kind of funny, but the colors of these different different Cropmasters kind of make them look like different tractors. Let me go get the green and white one and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So got my green one here. Now green and white generally would probably be a white or an Oliver, and later Oliver. Of course, the earlier Olivers were red, or were green and red, or green and yellow. Now, I still don't know what size they're supposed to be. Are they like the size? They're not a huge tractor, obviously. And since none of these cars are scale, it's kind of hard to figure it out. Here's a pickup truck I've got back here. So they're bigger than a lawnmower. They're like a light duty farm tractor. You know, they're bigger than a lawnmower, but they're smaller than most tractors that you would see, like a commercial tractor that someone would have out in the field. What's that say? 1100 series. So what I was talking about was that, like I said, this could be like a white or an Oliver or something. But then you look at this curved grill, and it makes you think, well, maybe it's a cockshut or a yep, I lost it. Yeah, Farmall. Why can't I think of Farmall? Because they both had real round fronts on them. It's probably not a John Deere. Now, with this one being red, of course, me personally, the first thing I think of is it kind of looks like a Power King tractor, but that's because my grandpa has a Power King tractor. So, and although Power Kings are orange, this one kind of, for some reason, reminds me of a Power King. Even though the Power Kings are squares, square can be, they are not rounded on the front. That's what this kind of reminds me of. But whatever kind of tractor they're supposed to be, they're a nice model, and they do have a trailer hitch, so they can pull around little farm wagons and stuff. And Matchbox, back when they were made by Lesney, they have a lot of different farm wagons you could pull around with these tractors, so pretty cool here. Bring our camera back into the light here. A Farmco on the by the wheat there. Got a lot of details in the engine. LPG, Cropmaster, Matchbox, 500. Now the 500 badge looks like a Farmall badge. Same stuff on this side. And this time it has red wheels. And I dropped it. Alright, I'm off the spiel about whatever kind of tractor Cropmaster is supposed to be. Here we have, why would they put the in there? Volkswagen, the Beetle Convertible. Why would they not just put Volkswagen Beetle Convertible? Volkswagen, the Beetle Convertible. Like its name is Volkswagen. This is in the City series. Like its name is Volkswagen, and it is the Beetle Convertible. That's kind of what it sounds like. So this is a newer Beetle, of course. Interesting color. They had a Beetle that was a grayish color. I don't think Volkswagen actually had this color. I don't have this model though, so this is a nice model. Maybe they'll come out with a hardtop version of it. Matchbox, I mean. Of course, Volkswagen has one. Now this one just makes sense. This one says, 2019 Volkswagen Beetle. There's no the. What is Volkswagen the Beetle Convertible? I don't understand. We don't need the. I'm glad the model itself doesn't say that. It's got a lot of nice details on it. The lights and everything are just exactly like these look. Sun and fun, that's what that license plate says. And I recognize the license plate, but I can't think of what state that would be for. It's white with a red line on it. I want to say that's out west somewhere, but maybe that's not right. Got a nice clear windshield in it. Little details on the front. Good job with those headlights. I draw cars sometimes in my free time, and I drew one of these one time. Let me tell you, those headlights with all the different little black spots in the chrome, you know, to kind of give it some depth. Those are hard headlights to draw. I'm sure they're not hard to put in the computer for the printer to put the right ink on the model, but they're hard to draw by hand. So there's that one there. Yeah, that's probably about accurate. I don't know. I still think maybe this one's too big. I don't know what that was. Now these look scale. Because, of course, this is going to be taller because this is a rally car. Yeah, I think the thing is that this one's not scale, so it throws the scale of everything else off a little bit. And I can't imagine this being scale and it fitting in this box. But here we have a Ram work truck. Oh, that's because it just barely fits. Oh, no, this one's scale. It just barely fits in the box. That's how they did that. This is in the Mountain series. Mountain series, I would have expected to have like a national parks type of, paint scheme, but this is the Sierra Summit Campground. Okay, that makes sense too for it to be forest. It's a service truck. Didn't think that was angled down. Since 1940 or 49. Now it looks like it says 42. that tampo or decal or whatever you want to call it didn't print very well. The little small letters are hard to print. All right. This is off topic, but I'm gonna tell you. I think Matchbox still uses the a tampo is a sponge with ink on it, and they press that sponge on the side of the car, and that's what makes these details. That's what Hot Wheels did back in the 70s and 80s. Now a lot of them have gone to a computer will print on all of this. That's how they get to be so detailed. Some of them you can kind of see little dots. The camera's not going to pick this up since I'm trying to explain it to you, but the sponge puts little dots, you know, in where the pores of the sponge are at. So this one I must say is still a Tampo printed truck instead of computer printed. Now I thought this was a dump truck. It doesn't say that, it just says work truck, but just because of the way the bed looks, I thought it was a dump truck, but it doesn't dump. It's just a flatbed work truck. It's got some toolboxes in the back. It's like a big headache bar across the truck. Now if you were to do a custom with this truck, there is no back window, so a little fair warning there. 2016 Ram flatbed. No headlights painted on this one. Got some equipment in the back. The typical equipment that seems like all the Matchbox vehicles have. A chain, a chainsaw, and a duffel bag. I think most of the Matchbox trucks that I have at least a chain and a duffel bag. Sometimes they have a chainsaw, sometimes they have a spare tire. Now let's see what's in the bed of the Hardbody, because I'm sure there's something in here. This is the 1995 Nissan Hardbody. Another name for the Hardbody, of course, would be the D21. I'm sure that's what the paper says for licensing the vehicles. This is in the Jungle series. Honestly, I think this could have gone in a couple different series. Now, since this one that's a nice looking model. Wow. Yeah, I'm glad I got 3 of these. I like this. This is a nice. They did an excellent job with this one. I think those are new wheels too. I don't recall seeing those wheels before. 95 Nissan Hardbody D21. So with it being a 95, we've almost crawled out of the days where the Nissans looked just like Datsuns. Of course, by 95, they dropped Nissan had dropped the Datsun division of vehicles. But from the front, they still kind of look like a Datsun. Looks like, I think it's called a quad cab, and there's a little back part of the cab there. Do we even have a seat back there? Camera won't focus, I can't really see. I think this one's just got a compartment. Although if the Nissans are like the Rangers, the quad cab Rangers had jump seats that folded down out of the sides of the back. So it could have jump seats in it. Got our little pop-up sunroof there. You can tell it's pop-up because it's got little hinges on it there. Pretty good job with the grill and everything. Traditional Matchbox. It's got a nice tow hitch on there. A matching spare tire. Hey look, and a chain. Spare tire and a chain, just like most Matchbox trucks. Now, I like the model, but this is starting to bother me. Either cast the whole bed in metal or cast the whole bottom of the bed plastic. When they split it up like that, it doesn't look very good, and it bothers me. But other than that, that's the only complaint I have about this one. They did a really good job on it. It doesn't say Nissan anywhere on the tailgate, but I don't think all of those trucks did. It's got some decals on there. Those look like Nissan decals. I think they actually had those as a decal. It's a really nice truck there. All right. Now the other two I won't open up on camera because we've seen them. Got 2 more hard bodies and the Honda CVC. Now I don't know what the Toyota equivalent of the D21 was, but they looked an awful lot like these Nissans. So I don't know what it was called. I don't know what Toyota's truck was called, but they sure look a lot like these, and I know that because I know somebody that's got a. It's actually bright red, just like this one. I know somebody that's got one, and his truck looks almost identical to this. His is in the quad cab, but I mean, his looks almost identical, but his is a Toyota. So there is your haul video. Kind of a longer one, but these cars had a surprising amount of detail for Matchbox cars, especially since they were 80 cents. I'm glad I got 3 of these for 80 cents a piece, because on eBay, for a Matchbox car, they're expensive. Just because this is a popular casting. It's like the Hot Wheels GMC Sonoma from I can't even tell you what series that is, but it's a new casting this year, and I looked for it on eBay, and it was crazy expensive. So, still trying to find that one. I haven't been able to find it yet, but I do have a couple hard bodies now, so I can quit hunting around for those. 3 of them ought to satisfy me for a little bit. I'm gonna do a custom with one of them, but I really like the paint job they did on this one. Looks really nice. So, like, comment, subscribe for more. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.